So it's 2026 and everybody wants to be a content creator because they see that you have all these opportunities to possibly make money on all of these different social media platforms. Now, I guess it depends on what platform you're on, but let's just see. You know what? I wasn't even going to do this at first, but I am going to break it down platform by platform so we can get, because we know each platform, they have a different energy, a different vibe, and different things will work on different platforms. So, of course, I'm not going to talk about Threads because that's only, well, I guess I can. Yeah. Let's actually start with platforms like that. Let's see. If you want to be a content creator on Threads, what type what type of person should you be to do content on Threads and actually succeed? Like what type of person should you be, or what should you have going on if you want to succeed making content on Threads? So you have the Empress card, the Eight of Swords. If you like to kind of, be discreet, or you want to be able to successfully hide your identity, that will work for Threads. You have the Sun card, the Two of Pentacles. If you have something to sell, and also if it's not about hiding identity, it could just be about expressing things that you're uncomfortable with, have a lot to say, have a lot to talk about. You have the Justice card and the Star card. Yeah, this makes sense because it's like Threads is like, it's like how it's, I don't know what I was about to say. I was about to say Tumblr and Tiffany, but it's basically how Twitter used to be, only about words. So it's like with the Justice card and Star card, if you are someone that like to read and connect and you have an open mind, Threads is better for you as far as making content. If you are also, intelligent, if you possess intelligence and you have an open mind, because you have the Sun and the Star. And we know that Threads is mainly about, yeah, you could post pictures and videos, but it's still like a lot of writing on there too, though. So it's almost like if you are someone with a lot to say, even though you might not say it, in person, but, you have a lot on your mind or something like that, stuff like that will actually, stick with some people. I'm getting more majors than I expected, though, but if you are someone that genuinely, you're intelligent, and you also like intelligence as well, if you have a lot of information that, to share, or just personal experiences, things that you actually personally went through, and also have something to sell, you would do well with making content on Threads. Let me pull some more cards just to see. You have the Wheel of Fortune, the Ten of Cups, the Five of Wands, the Ace of Cups, the Four of Wands, and the Queen of Swords. What's crazy though is like I'm not getting like a lot of swords or wands, because wands is my writing energy, and swords also, shows that there's like something being written or read, or at least talked about, ideas being bounced around. So it's like majority of the content that it looks like you should maybe post, or whatever case may be, is like swords. I mean, not swords, cups and wands. Five of Wands and Four of Wands came out. So I feel like comedic videos, or even funny pictures seems to be, it seems to be what it's pointing to as far as content. So it's actually not even too much writing. It's like, yeah, you could write for sure. It's like if you write with the Five of Wands, if you write, or you post text, it's almost like you gotta post something that's, I'm so tired of this fly. Like, we open the window, we thinking we safe from opening the window with a screen is so called in place, and yet the fly the small fly still can just slide right in. It's so annoying. But anyway, since Five of Wands and Four of Wands is the only the wands that came out, if you're going to write something, it needs to either be funny or it needs to be something that could like trigger people that can relate. So if you want to write something, it needs to be triggering or relatable in a triggering way. Because I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I do see a lot of threads where a lot of the stuff could be relatable, but at the same time, there's stuff that you can learn from other people, that input as well. And then you have the Four of Wands, but it's connected to the Queen of Swords though. So it's almost like mentally or intellectually, you know, you should be a stable person, or you should have a stable, sound mind for the most part. But as far as what you're posting written wise, Wands is my written card. So it's almost like you got to be funny, comedic, or you just got to trigger people somehow, like with a relatable experience. Or, you know, if you had something to sell, you know, the way you do that is using that, like using comedy or using something triggering or relatable. And that's how you're going to get people to kind of stop and read what you got going on. And it's like I sprayed this air sanitizer, but I don't even know like where it's at. Like, I mean, I don't even know where the fly was at when I sprayed it. And I just wish the smell lingered long enough so the fly could possibly leave me alone. Because it's like, it's other places to fly, but yet they keep flying by me. Like, anyway. But anyway, it's like people want to be entertained, or they just want something that kind of snatch their attention. So even though you got, so the way I'm saying this with Justice and Stars, like even though you might got a lot to say, a lot to teach, there are people that's going to like take to that too. But as far as you wanting to write something, if you want to write something, you got to like be comedic, or it got to trigger people, or, you know, it got to be, you know, off the wall language to get people's attention or get the interaction that you want. Like trying to post innocent looking stuff, or you know, innocent looking words or fluffy stuff, that's not really what I'm saying. I feel like it's more so like funny videos, comedy, maybe some vulgar language here and there. That's what's going to get the people to like really pay attention or stop, or whatever the case may be. And, you know, like I said, if you got something to sell with this Sun card, Two of Pentacles, you know, you just got to use that, you know, because it's like you don't have to directly try to sell. You could just post and get people attention on your page to see what you got going on. So you don't even have to really push, you know, directly for, you know, whatever sales you're trying to make. But it's definitely a good vibe on Threads though. Like I like a lot of the cards that came out. So if you want someone, so if you're someone that like to laugh, learn, and stuff like that, and not even learn in like a hermit type of way, like a mechanical way, just open-minded, like I said earlier, you know. Or if you got stuff that you could share and stuff like that, just make it funny or interesting or creative, you know. So yeah, I'm gonna take that back when I said be a little vulgar. Just be comedic, be creative. I would say maybe language if it was like Five of Swords, Five of Wands, or something like that. But let's see. Okay, so if you want to kind of be a successful content creator on Twitter and actually also get monetized, like what type of content should you be posting on Twitter, you know, to have that? That was the Page of Pentacles. What type of content on Twitter should you be posting if you want to be successfully monetized? All right, Seven of Cups. So this is a little bit of everything, clearly. You have the Queen of Wands. Or even could be like being someone's fantasy, like being in people's fantasy, but we have the Two of Wands, King of Cups, Two of Cups. You know what? What's crazy is that we know that ever since Twitter name changed, there's been a certain type of content that was really popular. And the way I'm seeing is Seven of Cups, Queen of Wands, Two of Wands, King of Cups, Two of Cups. That looks like, two people. So, and we got the Chariot at the bottom. We have the Hermit card, Ace of Swords, Ten of Pentacles. It also, let's just also, before I even go that route, let's also just say too, like, posting content on Twitter where you're like adding people, or it's just some type of collab where you and someone are like working together, but I feel like it could definitely be what I was talking about though, honestly. I feel that too loud. We have the Wheel of Fortune, we have the Four of Pentacles. And what's crazy, like, I can get so specific and it's TMI, but I'm just telling you what I see. Like, and I'm sure, hopefully it's only adults watching this, and if you don't want no cookie cutter reading, if you really like exactly what, the reader gets, like, as far as what I'm seeing, it's like, it looks like that type of content, but it looks like the type of content, specifically like the actions, we got the Two of Wands and Two of Cups. If you know numerology and astrology, you should know what that is. But basically what that is that rules, the two rules the mouth. So if it's that type of content, it seems like people want that content where a person is using their mouthpiece, basically. It's something about that type of content, that type of angle, that will make you a lot of money. So even if you're not making it like through the monetization program, other people will pay for that. Okay? And that's just what I'm saying. So I guess Twitter did kind of go a certain direction. Cause I'm not really seeing too much like tweeting over and over again. Like, that's what it used to be, but it's not like that anymore. You know what? I'm just about. I'm so annoyed because that air sanitizer is about gone, and that's the only kind that we got. I think I'm gonna have to pause this because one thing I don't like is a fly interrupting me when I'm trying to do my reading. Like, let me pause this. I found a spray, but it's not the spray I wanted to find, but I hope it's helping me. Anyway, write this up. Okay, but yeah, so that's the content that'll make, you a lot of money. So if that's your thing, then yeah, Twitter, you can make a lot of money on there. There's people that will pay top dollar for that type of content. And with the Hermit, Ace of Swords, Ten of Pentacles, it kind of goes to show like there's a discreetness to this whole, activity or this decision. But also it shows that when it comes to that type of content, people like history, a lot of it, and they want dependability or consistency or something like that. So if you're like a couple, if you're a couple with someone, it's like easy money. But it seemed like if you start being what's the word I'm looking for? Unpredictable, and you start just doing things randomly, you probably wouldn't make as much money when you get random or when you start being dependable. When you stick to a schedule and your communication is top tier, if you do this type of content, your money will be great. But once you start falling off, you might not earn as much as you were earning. So if you do it, you better stick with it. But you have the Five of Wands. So yeah, if you get unpredictable, so will your type of money you earn from that content. Or this could even be saying too, like, I guess make enough content to where as though your old content could literally work for you, but you'll still have to do something though to, let people know you got that going on, So you'll have to probably, well, no, it's not probably, you will have to pay for advertisement, but you probably won't have to pay that much, at least. But yeah, so yeah, if you do that type of content, it looks like you should only do it with one person. I'm not saying that you should like go all over the place, meet up with people and all that. It looks like if you're a couple, that's better. Or if you know somebody that would genuinely do it with you, stick with that person, and that's how you guys do it. Of course, you should be able to trust that person, or y'all just have your own. Because two also is what you own personally, so it's not about merging anything. Yes, you could come together with that person and do that, but you should not be merging your accounts or your actual money to be that's made. You both should have your own stuff. All right. And you guys could decide if you want to, make solo content or just only together. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm seeing. So yeah, that's what I'm getting with Twitter. It looks like that's just the direction Twitter has went, and that's where it's at right now. Ace of Cups, because I'm not really seeing like it's just a lot of like when I go on Twitter, I just see a lot of recycled tweets. And even on Threads, it's like some of the posts, it's like it's probably not even genuine. People just recycling posts and stuff like that. So it's either you do the content that I was talking about, or you recycle posts. That's probably the only way you will start seeing money. But scheduling tweets is definitely going to be a big thing with the Hermit card, Ace of Swords, Ten of Pentacles, and stuff like that. Scheduling is going to be a big deal. All right, so and yeah, it's just like if you guys do a lot of content, you are going to be putting a lot of money out, in advertisements, or a fair share at least. You got the King of Pentacles, the World, and the Knight of Pentacles. So spending money on advertisement to keep everything moving. For sure. All right. Because it's like when I said what type of content, I feel like the other content is just too vague. And I feel like the content that I told you guys, it looks like, you should do if you choose to do that type of content. It's a little more personal and it's a little more enticing. You know what I'm saying? So it looks like you either recycle, tweets and just schedule them and load them up and just let it run, or you do that type of content, but you'll have to do a little bit of, investing. So that's for Twitter. And now let's get to Facebook. And also, on Twitter too, with all those pentacles that came out, around the Ace of Swords, when you do post text posts, it needs to be kind of teaching people something, giving them information they didn't have at first. So if it's not about, making the content, it's giving people information they didn't have at first. Giving people advice, information, stuff like that. All right, so let's see. What type of content should you make on Facebook if you want to get monetized? Star card, okay. So, of course, we know that the star card, this is my Uranian card. It's also my Aquarius card, 11th house and astrology card. So this is, stuff that's not personal, stuff that's already viral, or stuff that you would know, go viral. Also, this also to me shows that people and algorithms like videos where it's a lot of, background in it. Like, for instance, a video with someone in a store is going to get watched quicker than a video of someone's face, right? unless, you know, it's a lot going on in that video. But other than that, it's like people want to be enticed by the video. So the more stuff you got in your video, the better. That's how I see the star card when it comes to content. Next card we have is the justice card. Acts of kindness wrapped up in comedy with the Five of Swords coming out. Two of Cups, like how some people, they do some silly stuff to get people attention, but they like do something nice for them, give them money or something like that. We have the Ace of Pentacles. We have the Three of Wands. We have the Ten of Swords. We have the Hangman. Ten of Pentacles. Seven of Swords. Four of Pentacles. Oops. Queen of Cups. And we have the Sun card. So there's a mixture of cards coming out. Some cards you got one person, some cards you got two. Three of Wands came out. It's almost like with Facebook, you could pretty much post a little bit of everything. You could post a little bit of everything, but I feel like the comedy, like if it's going to be a video, it needs to be a comedic video, but I'm actually not getting like what I feel is a video though. When I think of video, I'm thinking Seven of Cups, Ace of Cups. That's definitely video. Like the Major Cups or something like that. But I'm getting like Pentacles, Two of Cups, Three of Wands and stuff like that. So I would say posts where it's revealing or vulnerable in a way, or it could at least cause like a paradigm shift for certain people. Let me see. You got the Magician card, Tower, Ten of Wands, Four of Wands, Three of Cups. And it makes me wonder too if the algorithm just really is always changing, or is it consistent? So I might even ask a separate question for that. Like, is the Facebook algorithm consistent, or is it always something going on to where as though milestones and stuff be hard to reach? But as far as what type of content you should do, acts of kindness. Okay, the Star card, Justice, Five of Swords, Two of Cups, Ace of Pentacles, Three of Wands. Acts of kindness, resourceful type of post, whether it's a video, picture, or just a text. So I guess I'll have to clarify this because it's just a lot of different suits, a lot of different moving parts. So it's almost like you could post a little bit of everything. Like, of course, your page should be public, but let's see, what is the Star? Ooh. That was the Eight of Cups, but let's see, what is the Star? The Hermit card. So yeah, I guess you know, when people post what's already viral, that's a good thing as well. Okay, with the Hermit and the Star, that shows that something's been viral already, or something is already, you know, seen or known about. So posting about, you know, topics or posting anything that's already public. You have the World card at the bottom. So yep, that's definitely showing that, you know, something's been public or viral for a while. So even posting old viral content, if you happen to find old viral content that people are kind of forgetting about, that will do well. We have the Justice card with the Seven of Cups. So yeah, like I said, them videos where people are like approaching people in a weird or funny way, but they're actually going to do something nice for the person afterwards. Like, you know, we have the Two of Wands with the Five of Swords. Two of Cups with the Fool card. Yeah, just randomly going up to people, doing something silly, but they're actually going to give them something in return, or just give them something. We have the Three of Swords clarifying the Ace of Pentacles. We have the Strength card clarifying the Three of Wands. So yeah. And with the Ten of Swords, you got the High Priestess, and you have the Queen of Wands with the Hangman. So yeah, King of Pentacles with the Ten of Pentacles. So yeah, also content revealing how to make money. It could be on Facebook or it could be other ways, but definitely how to make money. That type of content seems like it would do well. I guess because that's the time we're in right now. A lot of people focusing on money, jobs, trying to maintain themselves. So any type of content about finances or financial increase will definitely do good. We have the Eight of Wands. The comedy, definitely hold the people up for sure, but it looks like a lot of traction may come from people needing exactly what you got. So it's true, give people what they need, and a lot of people need ways to make money. So if you post something like that and reveal ways that people, might not have thought about, that's definitely going to be helpful for you. And we have the King of Wands with the Four of Pentacles. We have the Page of Swords with the Queen of Cups. Yeah, just posting like things that might have happened, things that you might have seen. Page of Pentacles with the Sun. Ace of Wands with the Magician. Temperance with the Tower card. Ten of Wands with the Four of Cups. Four of Wands with the Seven of Pentacles. And Three of Pentacles with the Three of Cups. So yeah, and people like videos of like that involves a lot of people too. It's always something going on when you're so I guess this could be reels, Justice card and real Seven of Cups. That could actually be the reels and the short videos and stuff. So yeah, doing content, content reels where you're doing acts of kindness with a little bit of comedy mixed in, and also other people that could do content revealing ways to make money or revealing how they made money or whatever the case may be. Because a lot of a fair share of wands is coming out, so people definitely like to see what's going on physically. So when you're able to show what's physically going on, that is good, because people like to see what's actually happening. So yeah, so anything showing what's happening, whether it's funny, helpful, or whatever the case may be, that's good. But yeah, acts of kindness, viral videos that people might forgot about, a little bit of everything with Facebook. Like you see how the Twitter thing was a little more straightforward and clear, but with Facebook, it's a little bit of everything. So let me ask a few more questions regarding Facebook, because it's like a lot of people trying to make that Facebook money, but it's like it might not be no one way to do it. Like it's just, it looks like it's a lot of moving parts with Facebook. So how much should someone post on Facebook per day if they want to get monetized and stay monetized? How much should someone post on Facebook per day if they want to get monetized and stay monetized? Two of Wands. So this shows like, instead of scheduling things, you should just post. So figure out when you want to post and post at that time. That may work better than scheduling. But you have the Knight of Cups. You have the Page of Pentacles. You have the Knight of Wands. So you have two knights, and then you have the Page, Ten of Pentacles, okay, and the Magician. So the thing is, you want to post something that people actually will interact with. You want to You want to post things that's really going to, make people want to interact with you. And it should be natural, or you might have to just, figure out a way to get people to interact with you, whether you're asking them or whatever the case may be. But it seems like, if you're going to post something, it needs to be Two of Wands, Page of Pentacles, useful. Something that people could use, something that people can, like, utilize in their own life. That'll probably help too. But it don't always have to be something someone could use, but, something useful, something that's going to make people stop or engage with it. So with the Knight of Wands, definitely looking attractive, being attractive, of course. It could be also dancing with the Knight of Cups and the Knight of Wands, like, as far as what you could post. But as far as how much, you do have the Ten of Pentacles, though. The Ten of Pentacles came out, and then a Magician came out. Four of Wands, Ten of Swords, King of Pentacles, Wheel of Fortune, Six of Wands, so you could post at random times. And with the Ten of Pentacles, like, just posting a lot of posts, but not spamming, though. Like, with the Two of Wands, the Knight of Cups, Page of Pentacles, that's showing, like, giving it some time in between each post. So it's not about spamming, but it looks like you definitely should be posting, quite a few times per day, but spacing it out, giving it time. Don't just spam all of the posts at once. That's definitely not what you should do. Two of Wands means that you should do things, because the Two of Wands in itself, that two energy is personal. And this is the type of energy where someone is not going to do nothing unless they want to do it, or they're not going to do something unless they are required to. They're not going to do more than what they need to do. This is the energy where someone go to work and they do only what they know that they should do. Okay? So if this is coming out as for like how many times you should post, you could post quite a few times, but you definitely don't want to spam. So that's why that Two of Wands is there, but then that Knight of Cups, Page of Pentacles, Knight of Wands is there, because you want to post, with sense. You don't want to spam all at once. That's not what you should do. Space it out. Give it at least, like, what, an hour between each post or something like that. But I'm not getting you should schedule it, though. I'm getting you should, like, just post it. So you schedule yourself, but don't schedule the post. I'm not saying that you should schedule the post. And plus, I know some people don't even have a schedule option anymore. Somehow the schedule option ends up not even being usable anyway. So you just gotta post multiple times. And you got the Knight of Pentacles. And I feel like, like I said, what you should post, that's why I was saying you should post, like, dancing videos, because I feel like the Ten of Pentacles is telling you, like, post a lot throughout the day, but don't spam all at once. Space it out. Give it 1 or 2 hours each post. And these are different things you could be posting, like Knight of Cups, like I said. It could be something adorable or sweet or kind. It could be, like I said, dancing or something like that. Another post, there's just different ideas. Page of Pentacles, a way to make money, or maybe you are posting about seeking something, like, hey, I'm looking for this. Who have the information to that, And the Knight of Wands could be something like, attractive, or whatever the case may be, like a picture of you or a video of you that's attractive. But yeah, post like every 2 hours or something like that. It could be a little bit of this or a little bit of that, but don't spam. Got the Four of Wands, Ten of Swords. I'm getting you guys should advise, like, I feel like this is advising against, like, speaking your mind. As much as people like to be vulnerable on Facebook, I feel like this is pretty much saying you shouldn't do it. Magician, Four of Wands, Ten of Swords, but the Ten of Swords is right before the King of Pentacles. So I feel like when it comes to, you know, posting, don't be basically hypothetically whining on your post. Basically, just post stuff, post useful stuff, post you being attractive. You could post you like maybe in your work uniform or something like that. But the thing is, I'm not really getting pictures though. Like, I look for very specific cards when it's about pictures and videos. Maybe even some reposts would do it too. The way I'm seeing the world, Six of Wands, Knight of Pentacles, there could be a repost as well. And the way I'm seeing the Knight of Pentacles is like whatever you posting, it's like it should be lengthy, or it should just be some type of length to it. The Seven of Wands is after that. The Page of Wands. The Eight of Cups. The Five of Pentacles. I feel like this is saying, I feel like this is advising against posting like silly stuff, like for instance how some guys or maybe even some girls like, what you doing tonight, or who doing this tonight, or what a, you know, H is that. Stuff like that. Don't, I feel like it's advising against that. And you have the Ace of Cups and you have the Hangman. Okay, so that's the picture or video card right there, but it's right in between the Hangman, Five of Pentacles. So it looks like on Facebook, you might benefit from actually writing lengthy posts. Page of Pentacles, Knight of Wands, Ten of Pentacles. And it gets a little like, the reading looks, the funny part of myself say bald head for certain stuff. So the second, third row of this reading looks bald headed. Like it looks lifeless a little bit compared to the first row. And then my picture or video card, Ace of Cups, finally comes out, but it's around the Five of Pentacles and the Hangman. So videos might not circulate as quick or soon as a post that is writing. So maybe so the algorithm, if it's an algorithm, it might want to read more, you know? So, oh wow. So Two of Wands. What is the Two of Wands? I don't really feel like I need to clarify that, but I'm just going to do it. Two of Wands. Seven of Swords. So, yeah. Alright, so we have the Tower card with the Knight of Cups, Page of Pentacles with the Hierophant. So yeah, that's like, you know, seeking resources, work, stuff like that. Those type of posts, you know, would do well. Or if you have the information and you post it, that would do well. You have the Temperance card with the Knight of Wands and Ten of Cups at the bottom. And you have the Ten of Wands with the Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, like lengthy written posts. So it's not even so much so about videos. Yes, there are some viral reels and videos, but it just seems like, wait, what question did I ask? Because I already said what kind of content and I wasn't really getting. Dang, I kind of forgot the exact question I asked because I noticed my second poll about Facebook. Oh, okay, this is about staying monetized, being monetized and staying monetized. So if you want to stay monetized and be monetized, it looks like more writing. Five of Wands, Magician, lengthy posts, lengthy written posts, and with the Magician Five of Wands, posts that might trigger people, or argumentative posts, creative posts. Five of Wands is creativity or a challenge, so it could be like something that'll make people want to argue or just debate in a comment section, or just lengthy posts. So if you want to get or stay monetized, that is what it's leaning more towards. Five of Cups, four of Wands, Hermit, Ten of Swords. Yeah, being quiet and not posting is not going to be beneficial if you want to be monetized. You really do got to treat it like a job. Two of Cups, King of Pentacles, Seven of Cups with the Wheel of Fortune, Nine of Cups with the Six of Wands. Okay, so now we getting some cup energy. So if you're going to post videos with the Wheel of Fortune, is like, it's kind of what I said in the other spread when I said it needs to be a lot in the video that people can see. Because people want to be visually enticed. So if it's a video, you need to make sure it's a lot of moving parts in the video. Even if it's for baiting people in. And you have the Four of Pentacles with the Knight of Pentacles. You have the Queen of Cups with the Seven of Wands. You have the Star card with the Page of Wands. You have the Three of Swords with the Eight of Cups. Yeah, so I don't know if they appreciate true intelligence on Facebook, because the Star card is with the Page of Wands. But then you got the Eight of Cups, Three of Swords, and then you have the Seven of Pentacles clarifying the Five of Pentacles. So it's like you can make, I guess, some money if you want to post something regarding intelligence. Nine of Swords, and then with the Hangman, Three of Wands. It's like, if you want to post pictures or something like that, I just don't know if the pictures is doing much, or if you want to, okay, I might have to clarify this Page of Wands Star card. Or better yet, just liking or engage. Because the Page of Wands, when it's not about observing, it's about like maybe just clicking something, right? So with the Page of Wands Star card, just clicking or engaging is not going to do enough, you know? Like, you want to actually post, lengthy post. Let's see, what is the Star card? King of Cups, High Priestess. Yeah, so trying to be in the background, just liking stuff, that's not going to play a role in you being monetized and staying monetized. You need to be actively posting. Okay. And it's almost like, instead of posting immature things that don't have a true purpose, also that's the way I'm seeing this too, like immature things that don't really have a purpose, or you could have just kept that type of post. Remember at the top row, I clarified the Page of Pentacles and got the Hierophant. So it's almost like when you want to be monetized and stay monetized, you need to post stuff that matter and post stuff that makes sense. Have some type of integrity, but you know, you could still post something that trigger debates at least, but you still got to hold some type of integrity. You don't have to be perfect to stay monetized, but you can't be completely like careless with what you're saying and posting and stuff like that. And if you do post reels, it need to be like an adventure type of thing, like what you did for the day, okay? With the Six of Wands, Nine of Cups, like what you did for the day, what you spent money on for the day, where you shopped at for the day. I'm not really saying like you should show the products or anything. I just feel like it's about showing what you did for the day, how you spent your day. So you could post reels, of course, also like whenever or about whatever, but I feel like it's advising to show like, you know, what you did for the day, or oh, I went to the spa today, I did this is the color I got, just showing like little details that entice people. Six of Wands is like showing your nail polish, toe polish, everything that was used to make you beautiful or something like that. Very interesting for sure. So yeah, staying monetized and being monetized. But I feel like the most money is with the long text posts or the text posts. Because even with what I just showed you about showing the details, right after that you got the Knight of Pentacles and Four of Pentacles. So it's like, you can make money, but a lot of your money is going to be coming from them long text posts or those debatable type of posts. And I be seeing how people, like some people, somehow a lot of people getting all these views and they get like a decent amount of money. Some people get still a lot of views and they get a little bit of money. Like, I just feel like, I don't know, I just feel like if you get a lot of views, you should definitely get paid nicely because you're helping, these social media platforms rank high on the internet. And they making a lot of money. So I feel like the what is it, CRM or CPM? I just feel like it should be more than what they be paying. Like if somebody can get 1,000 views, that's still helping your website. So I feel like they should be getting paid more handsomely than that, because that's a lot. That's a lot. If people buying ads back to back, it shouldn't be a problem to pay people that's actually able to get views or traction or whatever the case may be, because it's still a lot of circulation on the social media platform that's helping them rank. So what's actually going to get someone on Facebook a lot of views? Like what? How can the people get a lot of views on their Facebook posts? How can people get a lot of views on their Facebook posts? Ten of Cups, Justice, Knight of Wands, Magician. So people are attracted to people that look good, or, being attractive helps. Having like this youthful attraction or beauty helps. We have the Page of Swords, because it makes people stop and look. So it's like, the more attractive you are, if you do post a picture or video, so now we're getting somewhere. If you do post a picture or video, Ten of Cups, because let's not forget the number 10, right? In astrology and numerology, 10 is what's established, basically, okay? Think about the 10th house, right? 10 is about what's already established. So it could be a picture. If you're going to post a picture and it's genuinely like you're attractive or whatever the case may be, that's going to make people stop, and look. Magician and Page of Swords is going to make people look. Temperance, whether they like it or not, they going to look. Four of Pentacles, Six of Wands. Like, I'm not playing with this fly. I just hope I get it, because I'm tired of seeing it. Six of Wands, Eight of Swords. Yeah, it's like it's a lot of looking, but people might not be trying to interact though. World card, King of Cups. Like people somehow holding back clicking that engagement button or something. Ace of Swords, okay. Because the swords is definitely like the wands and swords is definitely my views, but it's like a lot of people might not be trying to like stuff though. It's almost like with the Ace of Swords, I'm wondering, can that really be the card of a comment? Because it seemed like when people see one person comment, then they try to start commenting, and it's just a lot of phony stuff going on. But you have the Five of Swords, you have the Nine of Swords, you have the Queen of Swords, the Nine of Cups, and the Two of Pentacles. So it's like the women or whoever the Queen of Swords could be when it comes to this is like they could get their way, you know, when it comes to getting the views and stuff like that. And with the men, it's almost like, okay, getting views from the opposite gender and stuff. You know, it's like the opposite gender is going to be the one that helps support this whole thing. Because it's like, you know, some people just trying to stay in their ground and stuff like that. But you have the Two of Pentacles High Priestess. And yeah, it is like a petty undertone and stuff like that. But yeah, the views basically come from, you know, being attractive, getting people to stop. And I'm also feeling like this Temperance Four of Pentacles could be like a caption, you know, putting a caption on your photo or something like that. So, it should be realistic though. Like it shouldn't be corny, cliche, or nothing like that. It should be a realistic type of caption that's used for your photo. Let me see what else. I don't want to rush. You know, it's a video, so we got time. I like to, you know, because it's been plenty of times I stopped the video and I would get like other interpretations that come to me. So let me just see. Yeah, so I feel like also with the Six of Wands, Eight of Swords, World, and King of Cups, people that don't know you can end up, you know, finding your stuff, of course. And again, I'm getting like, don't schedule anything, just post it, you know. But let me see what this Justice is, though. The Lover's card. Yeah, it's almost like being attractive just plays a big role because it gets people to stop. It's like if people are willing to, like, if people feel like you're good to look at, that helps. And I feel like they want to see you. So they probably don't want anything fabricated. They want to see you. So Lover's card, clarifying the Justice card, Four Swords with the Knight of Wands. Yeah, natural beauty and stuff like that. Magician with the Seven of Swords. Page of Swords with the Wheel of Fortune. Temperance with the Star card. Four of Pentacles with the Queen of Cups. Six of Wands with the Ace of Cups. So yeah, being attractive, you know, posting, so yeah, now we're getting like cups. So, you know, you could get, the views are gonna come in, but it's not like they're all rushing in at once. It's a lot, it's a lot of moving parts. It's a lot of different circulation, but yeah, looking well put together and stuff like that is gonna get people to stop. Eight of Swords is clarified by the Knight of Swords. And we have the Page of Cups with the World. For some reason, social media has gotten like a little too like sensitive. It's like people either comparing or I don't know, but it's like people almost hesitating to just genuinely interact. But if you want to get a lot of views though, you know, just post yourself, you know, looking attractive or looking well put together. If you look too like, I'm not trying to say too natural. With the Queen of Cups, Four of Pentacles, it's like when you look too natural, comfortable, or dressed down on Facebook, they don't make people stop. You could be natural, but still like, do yourself up a little bit with the Ace of Cups, Six of Wands, and that would help that the views start coming in, people start coming in. You might start getting some interactions from people you don't know. You have the Devil card with the King of Cups. You have the Knight of Pentacles with the Ace of Swords. Comments possibly might come through. We have the King of Pentacles with the Five of Swords, Ten of Swords with the Nine of Swords, Four of Wands with the Queen of Swords. You have the Nine of Wands with the Nine of Cups. There could be people looking, could be exes and stuff like that, that may look at the women, posting. Like if you're a woman and you have an ex, a male ex, he could be looking. There could still be some attachment or even like slight jealousy issues, or there could just be some weird energy where they want to maybe interact but they don't, and stuff like that, or just some hidden thoughts that they don't really act on. But we have the Seven of Pentacles with the Two of Pentacles and the Six of Pentacles with the High Priestess, because there's a lot of wondering what you're doing, giving your energy to and stuff like that, what you got going on outside of them if you don't talk to them. But yeah, a lot of the views, I guess, could come from previous partners is what this is saying. And since it's easy to make additional accounts, this could also be like what some of these combinations are saying too, people making fake accounts to look, or just looking in ways you didn't think they would. But yeah, overall though, just being attractive, that's going to get people to stop, and that's going be a lot of the reason why you get views on Facebook. Okay, so goodness. I don't even know what type of spray that is, but I might have to dump those contents out and put like some type of cleaning solution or something, because it's just getting to the point where it's annoying. All right. So now, TikTok. What type of content should you be doing if you want to be a successful content creator on TikTok? Seven of Wands, Seven of Cups. Skits is what I got. So someone that does skits, Ten of Pentacles, Three of Wands, skits with family, friends, Two of Cups, Three of Pentacles, King of Pentacles. Also collaborations, so I guess like brand ambassadoring and collabs and stuff like that, but also skits. So King of Pentacles, Judgment, and the Lover's card. Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, so making connections, getting brand deals, that's a big deal. I guess that makes sense because that's exactly where TikTok has kind of pushed to. A lot of the things have. But yeah, content creation for TikTok, it looks like it's pushing towards, brand deals, even incorporating the skits into those as well. So I do feel like, skits will work for sure, but I feel like the main thing is brand deals, collaborations with companies. So this is really straightforward. So yes, a lot of money in it, so that's what's coming out, and it looks like it's mainly you know, a lot of things geared towards women, or it's just easier for, you know, it's just easy in that department. Maybe it's just more women products, you know. So Queen of Pentacles at the bottom. So yeah, it looks like content for brand deals is where it's headed. That's just where things are right now. And you have the Sun card, the Knight of Wands, the Six of Pentacles, the Five of Wands, and the Page of Wands. So yeah, it's like a lot of brand deals showing how something worked, what you use, where you got it from, and all of that. That is where TikTok is kind of moving towards. That's just where it's at right now. You know, the reading looked good, but it's just showing that, you know, the content that you should be making is content with like corporations or for corporations, or, you know, using products or whatever the case may be. I feel like also family content, like I said, it could be skits, people that's funny, you know, doing skits with their family, showing the family. But let's see, what is the Seven of Wands? Four of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles clarifying the Seven of Cups. We have the Ten of Wands clarifying the Queen of Cups. So if you live like a busy life, you know, you could benefit from making videos about that, you know, vlogs, what you did for the day or what you do in a day or whatever the case may be. Ten of Swords with the Nine of Pentacles, Five of Swords with the Three of Wands. Work from home type of content as well. Vlogs from start to finish regarding, you know, going to work and stuff like that, or work vlogs, especially if you work the night shift. Two of Cups with the Emperor. Three of Pentacles with the Page of Swords. Yeah, like what you do for work. I feel like work vlogs, and also just like I said, stuff for companies or products for companies. Two of Swords with the King of Pentacles, Judgment with the High Priestess, Lovers with the Star card. Yeah, that's definitely corporations. Two of Pentacles with the Ace of Pentacles, Hierophant with the Devil card, and you have the Four of Swords with the Sun card. Ten of Swords with the Knight of Wands. So yeah, it just seems like doing collaborative content is where everything has went with TikTok. It's not even about like creativity anymore. So yeah, it used to be, but it's just not what it is right now. Like the creativity thing is just not showing up. It's more about making money, teaming up to make money. Not really too much of the whole fluffy dancing type of stuff. It's like, it feels real corporate, real mechanical. So I think I already did a video for YouTube. I don't know if it's shorts or something, but let me just go ahead and squeeze it in, okay? If you want to get monetized on YouTube, what kind of videos should you be doing? And did I ask about Instagram? I don't even remember. Four of Pentacles, Page of Wands, Two of Swords, Judgment, Tower, Sun. I feel like with the Four of Pentacles, Page of Wands, Two of Swords, I feel like this is saying like, this is really looking like someone being confused about what kind of videos to make And with the Judgment Tower and Sun, it's just like showing you should do something like, you know. So we have the Four of Cups, we have the Fool card. So I feel like they could be vlogs, day in the life vlogs, or lifestyle vlogs, or let's see, Fool, Chariot, Eight of Cups. Some type of journeying vlogs. Vlogs where you're going from one place to the next. Journey vlogs, travel vlogs. We have the Temperance. Yeah. So travel vlogs. And I feel like also could be like in a, I'm just getting like it's not direct or obvious. So it might be posts where, like, for instance, someone wearing some meta glasses, or, you know, recording people where they don't know, just recording like their surroundings or something like that. Ten of Cups. So your journey. King of Swords, Moon, King of Cups, Two of Cups, Nine of Pentacles. Solo journeys, it seems like. Eight of Wands. Just solo journeys. So if you're someone that travels a lot, you know, videos about the scenery, maybe in different locations too. Like, wow. So it seems like YouTube needs more videos of people maybe recording locations, is what it looks like. You could have yourself in it too, or you could just do like videos where you're traveling somewhere too. And I'm getting King of Swords, King of Cups. So it needs to be more males posting, or males should be posting, you know, travel like vlogs or environmental vlogs or something like that, recording places and locations. It just seems like almost camping too. Camping videos, location videos, travel videos, going from one location to the next. So if you're someone that like to travel to different places, you could post like about different locations. Because I always say, if you want to get on YouTube, just remember, people don't know you, but they do know what you're using, what you're wearing, where you are. So, you know, you'll need to put that. But we have the Ace of Pentacles at the bottom. So, wow. So, yeah, I'm getting location vlogs. Not really so much so like everything that's been posted lately is like solo vacation vlogs. I'm not even getting this as pertaining to money or anything. This is just like travel and scenery. Also, if you like to explore things that's like hidden or that people don't know about, or abandoned places, that also looks like, you know, a possibility too. Because you got the Sun card at the top on the first row. So it's almost like making content about abandoned places, or going certain places at night or something like that. Like more of that is needed. Wow. Wow. And I'm getting like this is a solo mission. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna end it there. I already went over 1 hour. I don't want it to take too long to upload, but shoot, I've covered a lot though. So if you watched it all the way through, I would like to say thank you. I appreciate it. This was a fun reading to do. Have a good one.